Hello, I'm Benjamin Limmer, Bureau Chief for Public Transportation at the Connecticut Department of Transportation. And I'd like to welcome you to Along the Lines, a podcast series where we'll share exciting news and updates and explore current issues and ideas on Connecticut's public transportation system. Hello and welcome to another episode of Along the Lines. I'm your host, Ben Limmer. The Connecticut Department of Transportation recently announced plans to purchase 60 brand new rail cars for the CTrail Hartford Line, as well as the Danbury and Waterbury branches. These brand new rail cars are going to replace the oldest rail cars in our fleet, cars that were actually manufactured in the 1980s. Yeah, that's well before Wi-Fi and smartphones. These new rail cars are going to be fully customized to meet the comfort and needs of our customers and are vital in our continued efforts to improve the overall customer experience. So today, of course, we're going to talk about these new rail cars and when can you expect to take a ride on them. Joining me today is Marci Petterson, who is a transportation supervising rail officer at the Connecticut DOT, as well as Carol Rose, Vice President at STV. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Ben. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, Marci, first things first. So everyone wants to hear all about the exciting details of these new cars. I know I get asked about it all the time. Can you give our listeners a little bit of background on how the new cars were procured, as well as the role our customers and stakeholders had throughout that whole process?
Sure, Ben. It all begins with our vision for the vehicle. In this specific case, we took a look at our current operations. We saw what needed improvement. We have explored industry innovations. And one of the things that we did early on was to get our customers involved and the shareholders that we have, the stakeholders. We went out to the public. We did seat drops on all of our lines, and we tried to get volunteers to be part of our customer committee that we were putting together. We actually did a variety of things along those lines. We did a couple of surveys and tried to get people really involved. And over time, what we did was when we got volunteers, people had written in and said that they wanted to be part of this committee, and we went through and looked and tried to get volunteers from each line, making sure that we had the diversity representation that we wanted throughout, and just got a lot of involvement. People were very excited to hear that we were getting new cars.
Yeah, and Marci mentioned the survey. So we reached out to the customers with these surveys to look at what the customers' interests were. And things we talked about were items such as lighting and whether customers would prefer to use the internet while traveling or if they needed to Wi-Fi so they could work while they were on the train.
Oh, and also importantly, we set up a technical advisory committee as well for all of our service providers, for their mechanical departments and transportation members, so that they would have input on this as well.
So thank you, Marci. Thank you, Carol, for that detail. Speaking of stakeholders, it certainly takes stakeholders to have a successful once-in-a-generation investment, such as these brand new rail cars. So let's look forward just a little bit. Speaking of stakeholders, are they going to continue to be involved? And what does that really look like in this process?
Oh, absolutely. It's our intent to bring various decision points back to the customer advisory panel and get their input on the variety of amenities. And we always include representation from our train crews and maintenance providers to ensure the usability and maintainability of the product in the end.
No, that's terrific. Thank you for that. So what were the most critical factors that were considered when you were making the choice on, what car to go with and how to move forward?
Well, we actually received three outstanding proposals from three very well-known car builders. Ultimately, the decision was influenced by our two heavy primary factors: the delivery schedule and pricing, which carried the most significant weight while we were rating them. But following closely behind that were the technical aspects of the proposals and how they aligned with the specification and the track record of the proposers in the car building industry.
Yeah, the scoring also considered other factors. We looked at things like the car builder's manufacturing technology and whether it was environmentally friendly. We also looked at things like the percentage of the work that's going to be completed both in the United States and specifically in Connecticut.
It's also worth noting that our process involved a 10-person panel, which was made up of employees from both Connecticut DOT and Metro North Railroad. Each of us individually reviewed the three proposals ourselves and assessed them separately. And then we all got together and had a meeting once we completed. It was an extensive review, but then we compared our ratings to of each of the builders' proposals, and we collectively established the final ratings for each. And we were supported throughout by STV and a solid team of subject matter experts in the field.
Absolutely. So, Marci, Carol, I probably should have started with this, but who is the chosen rail car manufacturer?
Well, Alstom is our selected car builder. Their design will be based on their Odessia family of trains, and they've had experience delivering thousands of coach cars to worldwide customers. And because of that, their team is able to make use of design aspects and previous lessons learned from other manufacturing programs and apply that knowledge to this build.
Oh, that's terrific. So, the big question everyone wants to know, including my own family, what amenities will our customers see on these new rail cars?
That's a good question, Ben. I think the single most important feature in these rail cars has been to ensure full ADA access. We've made sure that the aisle in the rail car is generously wide. We want to accommodate the passage of mobility aids from from one end of the car to the other. We also want to make sure that mobility aids can travel between cars. Even the restrooms are going to feature a larger turn radius. It'll be a 60-inch turn radius recommended by RVAC. RVAC is the Rail Vehicle Access Advisory Committee, and we're hoping to represent the next level of ADA requirements with these cars. In addition to the ADA requirements, we've added bike storage capacity as well as 2x2 seating and variable lighting levels.
Additionally, these rail cars are actually going to be a significant leap in technology advancement. They will come Wi-Fi ready, allowing for easy integration of a Wi-Fi solution. It should be plug and play, which is wonderful. And they should seamlessly communicate with the stations, provide real-time information on displays throughout the car, maintain a connection with the maintenance facility. And all of this will be protected by some of the highest levels of cybersecurity in the industry today. And the passengers can look forward to a full range of additional amenities: overhead luggage racks, tower storage for their luggage as well, power outlets, USB ports. The windows will be large and lovely to see outside. And we'll have workstation tables as well with leaves that fold out to hold your laptop and coffee.
That's terrific. Can't wait, as I'm sure our customers cannot either. So you alluded to it earlier about the schedule. So when can our customers expect to see these sleek new rail cars on the Hartford line as well as the branches?
That's an excellent question. Alstom has committed to beginning to deliver cars in 2026. Our prototype consist will obviously undergo some significant testing, both before and after delivery and prior to being placed in revenue service. but we expect to receive the cars over. They should be arriving in consists of 4, and that would be for a month. So our final delivery would be sometime in 2027.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Can't wait. So, as I understand it, though, part of that time frame does include testing these new cars throughout the rail system where they will be utilized. Can you talk briefly about what sort of testing is required when you purchase new rail cars such as these?
Sure, the testing phase for new rail cars is a really comprehensive process. It runs in about 4 different phases. So I'll quickly run through what those 4 phases are. We start with material certification tests, and we use those to verify the quality and suitability of the materials used for the rail cars. So this ensures that these parts can withstand the rigors of rail travel and also meet our safety standards. The next kind of test is a proof of design test, and this is testing the railcar's systems to ensure that everything functions as intended. And during this stage, that's where we identify any potential flaws or weaknesses in the initial design. After that, we move on to production tests, which come into play as each railcar rolls off the production line. And these tests demonstrate the functionality of the various systems to confirm that they're working correctly. And then finally, we have acceptance testing, which is performed upon receipt of the cars in Connecticut. And during this stage, we validate that they're going to perform exactly as expected in revenue service. So basically, anything that can be tested is tested. We look at everything from the structure, couplers, brakes, the electrical systems, just to name a few.
The prototype contest actually undergoes an especially rigorous testing program, both before and after its arrival in Connecticut. So that ensures that the entire design of the car meets all of our specification requirements, including our local constraints, such as track geometries and clearances and brake performance requirements. And we do noise and vibration testing. And all of this will happen at speeds up to 125 miles an hour. Once they're accepted for service, the project team will continue to monitor the fleet to make sure it meets all of our reliability requirements as well.
All right. So you certainly set the bar high. That's great to hear. So I mentioned at the beginning we are replacing cars that were originally manufactured in the 1980s. So it's 40 plus years. So what is the expected lifespan of these new rail cars?
Well, the spec requires that the cars are designed for seamless, nonstop operation up to 1,200 miles daily, and they're designed to have a 40-year service life. And all of that assumes that we'll be doing the midlife and end life overhauls that are necessary to keep them up to par. I want to tell you, Ben, it's really been an honor for me and my team to be working on this. It's a program that promises to deliver, safe, comfortable, reliable travel to actually generations of customers, and that's a really satisfying thing. It's a big responsibility that we've undertaken, but we're looking forward to delivering on this.
Hey, I think you hit the nail on the head. Certainly going to change the way people travel via rail for generations to come. I do want to thank you both for being here. Thank you to Marci Petterson and Carol Rose for your time. So going forward, it's absolutely vital to our customers as well as the state to have a modernized transit fleet to provide safe, comfortable, reliable, and convenient access to jobs, homes, and for errands as well, of course, leisure. These new rail cars are just part of the many projects that are built to bolster public transportation as well as grow ridership throughout our great state. Of course, we do all this to continue to attract businesses and residents to our wonderful state as well. So, with that, once again, Ben Limmer, join us next time for another episode of Along the Lines. Thanks for listening to this episode of Along the Lines. This is your host, Ben Limmer. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please remember to subscribe and share.